my God, like y'all just so thirsty to be on this Nicki hate train. I said it left the building, bitch.
Yeah, send in the next patient, please. Thank you. Hi, Miss Mirage. Hi, how are you? Welcome to 20 Days of June's Culture Clinic, which is basically just a doctor's office for your career. How are you doing? You're doing well? Yes, as am I. So please have a seat. My nurses have taken your vitals. We have some things to talk about regarding your results and regarding treatment for what may be going on at the moment. So if you'd like just to have a seat, get comfortable. Would you like anything? Water? Soda? A blunt? Anything? No? We have it all if you'd like it. You sure? Okay, well, you go ahead and have a seat. So I'm gonna go over your vitals with you very quickly. Then after that, we're gonna go over your diagnosis and then treatment for your diagnosis. Nothing to be worried about. Please, you're comfortable here. I know a lot of other YouTube channels just want to say mean things to you. And we don't do that here. We're not dragging you through the mud. What we're gonna do is provide constructive criticism. We're leading with love because we want to see you get better. Well, going over your vitals in your chart here, it says your name is Onika Miraj. You're 35 years old, 5 feet 2 inches tall, and your current occupation is the Queen of Hip Hop. Your latest single is Bed, featuring Ariana Grande, was preceded by Rich Sex featuring Lil Wayne, and your album titled Queen is due August 10th, 2018. So you have a lot on your plate, don't you? You're a busy young lady. Well, as far as your diagnosis goes, I would like to tell you that you are suffering from acute negative perception syndrome. No, it's not mortal. Can somebody get Miss Mirage some water, please? Here you go. Here you go. Drink up. Well, Miss Mirage, Nicki, can I call you Nicki? Here, Nicki. Acute negative perception syndrome is easy. It's good. It's not mortal. You're gonna survive, actually. The blessing here is that the problem is not your talent. Everything else can be fixed. You're talented. So what we're gonna do is talk about some ways that we can heal that acute negative perception syndrome and get you back to where you wanna be. It seems here from your blood levels that your gag factor is low, and I don't understand how that happened, because you were once someone that everyone couldn't wait to see what you were gonna look like, what you were gonna perform, what you were gonna do. And with your gag factor being low, people seem to find you predictable. So we need to raise that gag factor. We need to keep people guessing. We don't want people to know what they're gonna get from you. So how we're gonna fix your gag factor is we're gonna release a new single, but we're not gonna release the song. We're not gonna announce the date. We're gonna drop something. We're gonna drop a song and a video. A high concept video. An expensive video that sells more than just sex. We know you're gorgeous. We want concepts. We want storylines. We want everything you were trying to do in the beginning that people didn't get. Now's the time for you to do it, and it's going to raise your gag factor levels back to where you want them to be. The next thing that we're gonna do, hopefully before the album, is we're gonna release a single with a sample. Now, a lot of people don't like sampling. I seem to think sampling is a very effective tool because it connects artists to the past. It connects people to things they already love. So if we attach you to something that people already love, and it's a dope track, Nicki, you can't lose. So please, a single with a sample. Preferably Shake That Monkey. We know you have it there in the stash. Just drop the Shake That Monkey. Nicki, the people want to throw ass, and you have a song in there where you can easily commence the throwing of the ass. All you have to do is just drop it. So drop that shit. I mean, even people that hated Anaconda, it was attached to Baby Got Back. It was a thing because people love Baby Got Back. It's time to use sampling to your advantage. Do you have any questions so far? No? Should I keep going? Alright, are you taking this down? Are you writing this down? Do you have anyone in the back writing that? G, Grizz, Sharika, anyone? Thank you. We're gonna write you a prescription for a pill called Spaz the Fuck Out. And this is what I mean. A lot of people used to make fun of you for the way you used to spaz out, the way you used to black out, the way you used to feel the need to kill everything. And that went down to the way you did your vocals. And somewhere around Love More, when you said you thought your vocals were flat, you kept them that way. It's time to pep it back up, and it's time to eat a bitch or three. One of your best underrated verses is Out of My Mind with B.O.B. Now, a lot of people may say that's a little far left. Yes, in concept, but in flow, you are blacking the fuck out. And that is what the people want. People want to feel like you are ravenous. We want to feel like you are hungry, and we see glimpses of that when you do features. We want to see that in your music. It is time to chomp on a bitch or three. When you said your name was Minaj because you eat these bitches with a nasty flow.
You know I have a nasty flow, and I eat these bitches. So, my name is Nicki Minaj.
That is what people want to see. They want to see you eat a bitch. You're like a lion in the Coliseum. And when they don't get it, people are disappointed because they wanted to see a show. Now, you do have a full album. Don't ever take any of this as disrespect or as doubting you, because I believe you know this information. But there are a lot of people who believe that you don't know this information, Nicki, because they can sense your indecisiveness. You want to do this, you allude to this plan, but then the plan switches because somebody told you something. Please have confidence in yourself. yourself. Your fans don't need to sense your indecisiveness. Your haters don't need to sense your indecisiveness, because that's why they poke, and everyone thinks they know what to do with your brand besides you, because it almost feels like you don't really know until you wake up that morning. You need to set a plan and stick with the plan. Something tells me that rich sex in bed were not the plan. I want to know what the original plan was, and we should probably go with that. Now let's go back to that hunger we were talking about a second ago. People seem to think you're complacent, which is why you have to spaz the fuck out. Because the reality of the situation is, Onika, that Belle Khalife may be pregnant, but her ghostwriters are not. Her next album is done. It is done. It probably has hits on it. It is written. It is produced. All she has to do is get back in that booth and get that fat tongue to rapping, and people are gonna act like she wrote that shit. And yes, it's gonna bother you. So we need to eat like that bothers us. Let's not forget where we just came from. Thank you. Another thing that we're gonna do to heal that negative perception syndrome, Nicki, is that we're gonna invest in some urban media. And here's what that means. It doesn't mean Hot 97. It doesn't mean Power 105. It definitely doesn't mean Beats 1 with Zane Lowe. All three of those seem like very produced media outlets now. We need you to go to a podcast. Somewhere that connects you to the people. You may not understand the power that podcasting has come up with in the last 5 years, but let me tell you what a podcast will do for you. People will be able to feel like they're having a conversation with you. Yes, they may ask you some questions that you may not want to answer, but you need to start answering those questions, because that's how we're going to heal that negative perception. The two podcasts that I'm going to suggest you to, which yes, one of them is The Belly of the Beast, but you can handle it. I've listened to you curse out Funk Flex on the phone. They ain't shit that you can't handle. I'm going to suggest you go to Drink Champs with Nori. A lot of artists go there. They have a great conversation. It's more of a fun environment. Or if you really want to get down to the shit, you need to go to the Joe Budden podcast. And you and Joe have had your beef in the past. I get it. May not want to give them the promo. That's fine. But one of those two you need to visit, because if people just hear you, they're gonna like you. If people hear what you've been through, Nicki, you are a star. They're gonna like you. But you have to let other people know what your fans know. We just have 2 more prescriptions and then I'm gonna let you go. I know you're a very busy woman. Do you have any more questions? No? Thanks. We're gonna get you a good live performance of a song that is high energy, a song that's high octane. That's what people want. If we can get people dancing, we can get some great set design, we can call Casper or Boomcat back up, and we can perform something that is high energy. That is what we're gonna need, because Nicki, when people think of you, they think of high energy. If people are thinking of Massive Attack and they get bed, they're gonna be disappointed, and we can't have them do that. Even though you are equally both of those people, we need to be met with high energy, and on the album, you can put in your soothing tracks. So please, we're gonna need a great live performance before the album with high energy, because SNL and BET didn't do really either one of those things. Big Bang did that, but we need to do that with your music. And lastly, I hate to inform you, but we're gonna take your phone. You're a little too accessible. There's a little bit of mystique that needs to come with a superstar of your caliber. And that doesn't mean you can't tweet back and forth with your fans, but you saw what that little hiatus did for you, the way people were so in love with the fact that you were back. It's time to just step back just a little bit. So what we're gonna do with your phone is not delete Twitter and Instagram. Maybe that's harsh. We're gonna block the shade room. You'll no longer intake that negativity. You will always post and correspond with your fans on Instagram. That is fine. You can correspond with your fans on Twitter as well. But as far as clapping back, we can't have any more clapbacks, because when you clap back, that shows that you give a shit, and that shows that people can poke you. And we don't want you to be seen as accessible. Can't nobody poke Beyonce. You can barely poke Rihanna. You can't poke Drake. You can't poke certain superstars. We don't want to bring you notches down by you being accessible to piss off. We're trying to push you so far high in the sky that can't nobody say shit that bothers you. So let's go over your prescriptions one more time for that negative perception syndrome. We're gonna give you a pill to increase your gag factor levels. We're gonna give you a prescription for you to spaz the fuck out, and for a single with a sample, and for you to invest in some urban media. We're also gonna give you a prescription for a good live performance, and a prescription for you to not be as accessible to people who want to piss you off. Do you have any other questions for me? No, you don't have any questions? Alright, Nicki, you can pick up your prescriptions at the front desk, and I'll make sure to see you later. Okay, goodbye. Anyways, y'all, I'm done playing around. As you notice, this is a new segment called The Culture Clinic. And what you could probably tell is what we're doing is we're giving them prescriptions to fix their brand, to fix their careers, to fix whatever's going wrong. Everybody who's a little bit in a negative light, this is for them. You guys send me suggestions as to who needs a trip to the Culture Clinic, because I want to start doing these as well. So as usual, if you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. If not, suck a dick, and I'll be seeing you guys later. Deuce. Here comes Offset, and Offset says, I thank my wife, you should thank yours. Offset, you should keep thanking yours.